Guys, welcome back to another vlog series. It is Sunday. I was going to say Monday. It's not Monday. Sunday the 30th? The 30th or 29th? 29th. It's about 7:50 at night, and I just got back from, didn't just get back. I got back from retreat today. It was Thursday through today. I look super tired, and that's because I am. I had a fabulous time. It was the SoCal Stitchers Retreat that I've been going to for 4 years now. I got home at about 3 o'clock, went to grab some sushi with the hubby, and came back and vegged for quite a while, watched some Halloween Wars, and just stitched very little bit. I did stitch a lot. I have some new projects that I started, but I'm not going to show you those tonight. I finished my homework. I finished an extra credit, but because I'm so exhausted, I basically only slept probably about 5 or 6 hours each night. Just because it was so much, it's always so much fun that I always feel like I'm going to miss out on something. So we usually stay up until about 12 o'clock-ish, then I'll go back to the room and read for a little bit just to kind of wind down. And then I got up at 7 every morning, so yeah. Anyway, that is all I'm going to leave you with here. Again, I had a fabulous time. Thank you to Kathy for putting it all together. I'm excited for next year. I got to see Colette, Highway Stitcher, go say hi to her. I got to see Katie and Dory from Hobbies Up to Here, and everybody that, really it's the same people that go every year, and so it's always fun to hang out with some people that, we've had people from Vegas, and then Colette lives in Utah, but the rest are all SoCal Stitchers. But it's always really fun to hang out with those girls. We had nights where we literally pretty much could not breathe because we were laughing so hard. Tears running down our faces, and we actually were sober. So most of the laughs were last night, but or I should say most of the hardcore laughs for last night. But adding the extra day definitely helped. It felt more like a retreat rather than just a one night getaway. So being able to stitch all day Friday and all day Saturday was awesome. Which means I do have some good progress on a lot of pieces. And so because I have a lot of progress on a lot of pieces, I'll try to take you through it tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow, unfortunately. But I think I don't have a lot to do, so I should be able to get done pretty early. So I will see you guys with that, with the whole list of homework and everything I've started. And I didn't count any of the starts for homework, and I didn't do some of my stitching for homework just because I was having fun stitching and didn't want to count once my kind of obligations were done with. I was just having fun, which is what stitching should be all about. So, that being said, I already have my homework picked out for this weekend, or this week, starting tonight at 10. Hubby did go to Not Scary Farm, which we didn't think he was going to be able to, but some tickets became available, and so apparently he told me he was going, but I had no idea, so he just randomly started sending me scary pictures. I guess I didn't get the text saying that he was able to get tickets. So that was interesting, being in the middle of in the middle of retreat and just getting freaky pictures. But he had a lot of fun too. I'll post some. Sorry guys, I'm trying to be still. I'll post some video at the end of the retreat. I don't talk in any of it because it is a pretty quiet place. It's in the middle of wine country. It's completely far away from everything. We have music in the stitching room, but we don't have TVs in the rooms. Really, I wasn't on my phone at all. I was uploading the last video over the Wi-Fi, which was awful. But because it was such a long video, 2.5 hours, almost, I literally was uploading the entire time. But it was nice because it helped me get away from my phone. And the only thing I was using my tablet for was stitching and reading. So it was nice to get away and unplug a little bit. Anyway, I don't know what we have planned coming up this month. It is probably my favorite month of the year. We are, I'm hoping, going to start decorating next weekend. We'll see. My husband spent most of today, or a lot of today, building up our tombstones, which are over there in the corner, making them sturdier so that they don't all blow away this year, hopefully, like they did last year. So, and we got some sturdier headstones too to kind of flesh out our scene a little bit. So, but we have a lot of decorating to do on the outside of the house, so we still have to get some stuff too. But anyway, I know I kind of look like a hot mess just traveling. I was going to take a shower tonight, and I just sat on the couch and just vegged, so might take a shower tonight just to kind of wash off the road, but you can definitely start to see the sleep circles under my eyes, so I'm going to go to bed here in a little while. It's still a bit early, so I'm going to watch some more Halloween Wars. Halloween Baking Championship, I think, is up next, and chill out. So I will see you guys all tomorrow with a pretty long video, but I'm going to try to actually post this one on a decent timeline, so it's not super humongous. So I'm going to probably post it at the end of the week. Anyway, that's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Monday the 30th. It's about 1:20 in the afternoon. I think I am done with work for the day. Excuse the no makeup and wet hair still in a bun because I'm still tired. Thought I was going to go to bed early last night, but then I'd asked my husband a question about one of the houses at Not Scary Farm. I say Not So Scary because that's the name of Mickey's Halloween party at Disneyland. And so it's kind of automatic, but I asked him a question about one of the mazes, and we ended up spending like 3 hours watching videos about all the different mazes throughout the years and stuff, so yeah. Still slept in a little bit, but I had a meeting at 9:30. So basically just been working from that. Anyway, I hope you all have your coffee. I hope you're all doing well. Hello to any new subscribers. I know I had my video yesterday, but totally forgot to welcome everybody because my brain is currently not working. So hello to any new subscribers. Welcome. I hope you like what you see. Hello and welcome back to all of my previous friends. I have all of my retreat stuff. There's no rhyme or reason. It's literally all in piles and bags in front of me. No shopping bags though, so there shouldn't be the rustling, but, or I should say there shouldn't be the crinkling. First thing, these were waiting for me when I got home, but I did go ahead and open them. They are the new Color and Cotton flosses. This is my actual first hoodie of the season. Very excited. When I woke up, it was about 68 degrees in my house today. So I have all the windows open. It's in the mid-70s today. But anyway, so I think my favorite of this group is probably this one, which is Rainforest. It's actually pretty true to color. It is a slightly variegated, light bluish going into like a medium teal. Yeah, it's pretty good. The lighter part I think is truer. We got bell bottoms, which is this pretty blue jean color with the variegation. This one's a little bit lighter in person, I think. That's pretty true to that light bit right there. Cameo, so this is our really pretty light pinks and lavenders. So as a reminder, I get the all color 5 directly from Color and Cotton. Oops. Lemongrass, which is like a bright, it's like a bright lemony yellow with going into like a light tan kind of color. And finally we have Primrose, which is light and medium pinks. This one's a little bit lighter in person, I think. Not much, but a little bit lighter. My cats are being annoying, so you might see them come in, but I do have the window open, so they generally like to look out there. Alright, so, like I said, no order to anything. I took in about 5 or 6 charts for the giveaway table. Only picked up 2. I got Not a Creature is Stirring. I actually didn't even get this from the table. I saw one of the stitchers putting it on the table. And, hey, give me that. So if you remember at the Stitch Nanigans retreat in Arizona, I grabbed actually my husband grabbed the Halloween version of this in the attic and gave it to me to stitch. And that's the first thing he ever actually picked out to stitch for me. Or for me to stitch for him. So went ahead and got the Christmas one because awesome. I love those dark blues. And now that I'm seeing all the colors in this, I think I'm going to do these ones. Like get the actual... These are all Needle Necessities. And then one DMC. I think the DMC, if I remember right, is the white part of the stripes. Or white, it's 712. At least the blue, the blue and the green, I'll definitely get those variegated from Needle Necessities, which I believe is the British Green and then the Arctic Nights. I'm assuming. And same thing, I want to pull out the Halloween one again and look at it. And then I picked up this one just because I'm not going to stitch the entire thing, but I like some of the little motifs, like the little beach sign, that little flower, and the tropical drink glass, shall we say. And I like those waves too, those are pretty cute, so. Don't think I'll stitch the whole thing. But it was free, and it was the last day, nobody wanted it, so I figured why not. Let's put those there. Okay, so I did some new starts because it was retreat, and retreat starts don't count. Went ahead and started Harry Potter. Very exciting, I know. 70 Stitches of Black. This is the end of one. I'm tenting this one with 2 strands over 1 on 28. Didn't dye the fabric because I ran out of time, and these ones I'm not planning on showing the fabric at all like I am a lot of my other ones, so this is the end of one page. I'm still debating how I want to do it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go across the full 5 pages. Because these are not huge, they're only 30 pages. And since I'm tenting, I think going across this all the way is a good strategy. But I might count out to see how, if I can fit it all in one, like fit all 30 pages, or, you know, all 5 pages in one thing in a Q-snap, and I don't actually have to move the Q-snap, I'll definitely do that, but I'm going to count over and see how far over it goes. And obviously I have a little room here to play too, so I think I should be able to fit it all, but we'll see. Apparently I didn't actually tuck the thread under, so I'll have to make sure I do that when I come back the other way. No idea what that shadow is from. It's kind of weird. Oh, you know what it is? I bet it's my cat tower thing that's in front of the window. Usually doesn't show up that dark though, but then again, my fabric's usually not white. Okay. We gave out goodie bags, which I know I told you guys about. So I donated the fabric. Katie and Dory from Hobbies Up to Here donated the floss. It was a bunch of different colors, but since we put the bags together, we grabbed what we like first. I really liked this Forget Me Not blue color. I didn't get the fabric because there was just enough for everybody else, which is fine. And yes, it is color T69, but didn't notice that until right now. So this is I don't know who makes it. I think it's Brown Paper Packages is the name of the place. And it's a half silk, half merino wool. It is thicker and it's a 3-ply. Oh, that looks like more than 3. Oh yeah, there's 6 in there, so it's doubled up. But yeah, it's a really pretty color, so I'll definitely find a use for it. I just don't know what yet. Then Colette, the Highway Stitcher, donated these cute scissor fobs, which have the buttons of all the different colors with a charm on the end. I grabbed the dolphin. Kind of hard to see. Focus. Yeah. You can at least tell. And then Katie and Dory put some chocolates in there as well. So we got a couple of Lindors, and then Colette had the bags for everybody. And Melinda doesn't have a channel, but she's one of the stitchers there, and she donated these cute little beeswax owls. Beeswax owls for everybody, so those were really cute. I think Katie and Dory grabbed one. I forgot to grab one for my bag, but I don't use it anyway, so it's not a huge deal. But I'm pretty sure Katie grabbed one, so go check out their channel if you want to see what those are like. Okay, that's everything I got. Now let's show some progress. So, this is what I was stitching on last night when I talked to you. Working on Aurora again. I used her for an extra credit, which was stitch on something pink slash, well, it's something that looks like a pygmy puff, and pygmy puffs are pink and purple, so. Where is it? Let's see, where's my actual needle? There it is. And then I also used her for 500 stitches for the homework, which was the chasers are all girls in Harry Potter, so stitch on a woman. Added all of this blend right here, and then started on the last color of the middle, which is like a pinkish, like a light pink. It's like a light pink tan color. Right now I'm stitching this bit for stitching something pink for Harry and Ginny's love. So she got the most for sure. I'm not going to show you, but I did stitch on George. I put one more back and forth rowing on him, so, but he's down there and I don't want to grab him. I will show him to you eventually, I promise. Let's see, then I worked a little bit on sorry, it's got orts all over it. I was using one bag to put all my orts in since I forgot my little ort jar. Make sure they're all off. This one I might have to frog because this one matches another project I have, but I thought I had grabbed the right fabric, but I think this is 25 count where the other one was on 28, so I just need to compare the two. Oh, told you we might have a kitty. Hello, Moki. I started the... You gonna come over? You gonna hang out? I'm gonna mess up my camera, probably. She's sitting on my computer. Started the Los Angeles skyline in the like watercolors. They're all the bright colors. I don't have a picture of it. But it's just like the Denver one I did. Which I think is over here somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna have to compare stitch size, it's too close to tell. So it's just like this, but it's Los Angeles. And I started this so that we could, or so that I could finally put them up and frame them, but I wanted to frame them together, make sure the frames that I got are the right size. Sorry, my cord is plugged in and she's like halfway on it trying to figure out how to get over it. Come on. All right, there you go. Go ahead. Oh no, now you want to lay down, naturally. She's gonna sniff all my stuff, so. He's in here too, but he's on the floor. So anyway, I didn't stitch much on that one. I stitched this on, I didn't stitch it for any homework or anything, but it was on Saturday, kind of towards the end of the night. And so when I put in the stitches and realized how big they were, I wanted to make sure that it was the right, actually the right fabric. Put that one aside so I can compare and contrast. Then I put in 400 stitches on my Universal Monster Sal. Added a lot to this guy. Did the back stitched lightning bolts, added the yellow, added the green in his face, the red heart with the scar, the flower. I did my first Lazy Daisy stitch, or at least the first one in several years. I know I had done an embroidery piece when I was being babysat when I was like 14, but didn't remember it. So, and then basically all of this is new, the table and the glass that the flower's in. So some backstitch, but I think it's all backstitch except for the black backstitching. Added the bolts in his neck, finished up the shirt collar, or the shirt. Like he has two actual black stitches over the scar, so. Then I added the backstitch little things on his bolts and highlighted the staples. So then I came down here and stitched her. So this is his wife. Her dress and her hair are in glow in the dark. Everything else is in regular white. Might be 38.65 actually. But it's coming along. I'm still really enjoying it now that I am out of the house itself. So that had 400 stitches. Sorry guys, had a phone call that was probably a telemarketer. I had one earlier from the same area code telling me that my social security number is going to get me arrested. Totally believable. The cat's over on this side now. So that was for the 400 stitches for the Seeker, a pattern we had to start right away, or that we've been looking for a while. I'm gonna go down finally. There we go. Then I put in 200 stitches for a designer that starts with B, or pattern that starts with B. I did Bridget Ashwood's Celtic Wolf. Did this super late at night on, I believe it was Friday night. Messed up all of this and had to frog it because I realized when I had come over here, so this is 2 colors, I think, yeah. Sorry, I can get my finger situated. I had counted basically from like here, or here I think. And I was supposed to count 6 up and 2 over, and I counted 6 over and 2 up, so I'd gotten down here, which was at this point down here, but since I'm doing it by page, I knew that it was too far down. I shouldn't be down here, and so had to go back up and frog it. At this point, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, okay, well, I just started a new thread, so let me just frog this thread. Well, let me go ahead and just frog the rest of that section that I needed to frog. Well, it's not that much. I might as well just restitch it, and ended up staying up until like 12:30. So, yeah. Best intentions, right? Then I put in 200 stitches on my keeper on rings, which I did swirling peacock, added a lot more of this, basically finished up the swirls in here and started on the blues that are down all the way to the bottom. I'm stitching this one by column for the most part, but it's looking really cool. The bonus that I did was on George Washington, so that was the 200, and I think I did like 240 stitches on him. We needed 200 on something we were sharing, and so the head of Magical Stitches is also working on him, and so I just put her name down and made it easy. Then I had a lot of fun on Saturday night looking through all of my flosses I had taken, like my whole color and cotton stash that I have started to accumulate. How do I have this folded? And chose a lot of greens and blues and whites and a red. For Sea Hag by Plum Street. So this will be a lot brighter than it is showing up here, because I am not a prim muted color stitcher, as we will know. I don't have everything figured out yet. I don't have colors for everything, but like the mermaid will have red hair and this color tail. The words will be blue. I might make those fish a different color. I haven't figured those out yet. And all I did, just because I wanted to get the start in, was put in the first word in the middle, which starts off the phrase, "in their fixed sleeping trance." So. But I did remember to make a list of all my color changes that I have planned. Some stuff might get changed, like I already was looking at the new color in cotton that I just got, and I might use that for one of the sales. The like muted one, which one was that? Cameo. That one. But we shall see. Next up, I had started also on Saturday night stitching on the Country Cottage Needleworks winter pattern. And I had actually grabbed the wrong fabric for this. It's still the same size, it's just a little bit more brown and a little less gray than what I was planning, but that's totally fine because I grabbed both pieces. And got hot cocoa done. This one is in the variegated Cocoa by Weeks Dye Works. Sorry, it's caught up in my other. So it does show up in real life. You have to look at it and kind of know that it's variegated, but it does show up fairly well in person, not so much on camera. These are the ones I really wanted to start. These ones to me are just gorgeous. And I say these because I have all 4 patterns. And now that I've started one, they're set, so that means I can start the rest. Logic. And I am using the called fors for that one, which is mostly DMC, but there are two of the 4 patterns each have 2 specialty floss colors. Then I started, this is, okay. The hands-on design year of celebrations. Had a lot of trouble with this one because I'm looking at it and I'm calculating it out. Oh, and the so this is the Country Cottage Needleworks is 32 count over 2 on a fabric that I got from Stitch Shenanigans in like a 32 count grab bag. The Sea Hag is, and I think I'm going to change that instead of Sea Hag's Delight. I think it's going to be Mermaid's Delight. The wording of it. Because I do want to make her pretty. Because I like the idea that she is a pretty mermaid who lures men to their death. And I'm going to change up her hair a little bit, but as far as the shape of it, not just the color. But that one is over 1 on a 32, same thing that I don't remember. I think I had gotten it from, I'd gotten it from a grab bag from actually from McKenna last year, off of her D-Stash page, I think it was. That's why I kind of wanted to start that one this year, is because I had used that fabric as giveaways, or not giveaways, but, well, yeah, like in the treat bags for last year's retreat. And that was the only like odd one that I didn't think a lot of people would be able to find a use for, so I kept that one because I knew I had this long piece, but I had to do it over one to make it fit. Anyway, so this is my start on the hands-on design. This is going to be over 2, and it's another 32 count from that grab bag that I got at Stitch Shenanigans. This is a fabric that I wanted to start the other one on because it is a little bit more gray, but they're both seasonal patterns, so it doesn't really matter. But the reason I had trouble with this is because I kept calculating the size to see how many I could fit on one piece of fabric because they are small designs, and I kept coming up with 1.5 inches. And I'm like, there's no way that these are each 1.5 inches. Like, nobody would chart it that way. Couldn't figure it out. And finally I realized, I was calculating over 1 instead of over 2 because all of my big projects I do are over 1. So still small. They're still only going to be 3 inches. The bit that I have done is these snowballs up here, and then I'm starting that bit right there. So obviously gonna be tiny. And I figured out that I can fit 6 on each piece of fabric, and I have 2 that are basically the same size. Was that the last? Yeah, and actually that was the last thing that I started. And the last thing that I worked on. I thought I had one more, but I think I'm thinking of Harry Potter. Because I know I had packed 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I had 5 new starts. So, yeah, that's all I had. Again, super fun night. Thank you to Kathy and all the ladies for making it such a great time. I'm still in recovery mode, but luckily my day, work-wise, should be done. Nothing that can't wait until tomorrow. So now that the craziness of the first learning period is over, we're starting the second. I do definitely have stuff I need to do this week for work, but that's going to be stuff that's going to wait because I am going to go out, turn on some, well, I've had some Flosstube going this morning, but catch up over all the Flosstube I missed over the weekend and the rest of my subscriptions. And I will either stitch or I might grab some diamond painting because it's been a while since I've diamond painted, but we'll see. I'll do one of those. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. I promise these will get better once I actually catch up on some sleep. I can even see how tired I look in the camera, but hey, it's real life, right? Totally is fine. Anyway, go check out Colette Highway Stitcher's video. I'm sure she took a lot more pictures than I did. And I don't know if she took video, but she definitely took pictures. I don't know when she's going to post hers, but I think she gets back to Utah in like a week. So by the time this goes up, you might already see it. And go check out Hobbies Up to Here. They haven't been posting as much. They've had some stuff going on. I'm not going to go into it. It's not my news or my business. They have had some personal stuff going on. So I don't know when theirs will be up, but I also told them that they could try Zoom and doing it that way. So I don't know when their next one's going to be up, but go check them out. Their channel's awesome. They also have a podcast. So if you find them through whatever podcast area you go to, those are fun to listen to as well. Same thing, not posting on a regular schedule. They're trying, but they do keep up with the podcast more than videos. So go check them out. They're awesome. And I will leave you guys all here, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
I made round tabs. Oh yeah. I mean, they're just so cute. With my, they're all hanging up on the little you said just confirm it. I mean, you can see through. But especially one page, just a couple of stops and stuff. May not think that I'm starting to say where I was going to marry and I'm not ready for oh, the capitals are starting early this morning.
So this is the building where we eat. Gorgeous view. I've had such a good time. And those are where we sleep. And usually over there we have hot air balloons, but we saw one, but it's been a little cold. Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Tuesday the 1st. Happy Halloween month. Happy October. I have not been doing dark October stitching because I have been working more on Aurora. Holding my phone, so I don't know how this is going to work. I'm in my living room again because I wanted to chill out on the couch and stitch. So I got, there we go. I got another 800 stitches put into her tonight so far. I only had a half day of work today. I'm gonna flip you guys around. So basically everything from, think about here on down, no. From here on down is all new. I am very close to getting to the bottom, which is good because I'm running out of room. So she has, say about 10 more rows maybe. I'm going to try to finish up this middle section tonight, but we shall see. I did one homework, which was 300 stitches for a letter. The design had to start in a letter in the word jealousy. So Aurora is an A. And then I finished the 500 stitches in pink for Ginny and Harry's love for the extra credit. So I'm doing another 500 extra credit for one of the Horcruxes, which she is Gotta keep scrolling. Wearing a diadem. Then I'm going to work on Haunted Mansion. I think there's at least 500 left in this middle area, but if not, I'm gonna figure out where I want to go next. Probably on this outside bit. But I'm going to do Haunted Mansion for another homework, which is 300 stitches on something related to a bathroom. So houses have bathrooms. And then 300 stitches on... totally blanking what the last one was. Yeah, because girls cry in the bathroom. Going to do that. Let's look it around. Let's look it up really quick because I don't remember. Then the bonus this week is 300 stitches on something dark for Voldemort. And I'm thinking I'll do my house, but I might do George. Let's see. Oh no, okay, the dark is the third homework, so I'll probably work on Haunted Mansion for that, just because I want to get it done and up for Halloween. The bonus is for Voldemort, since he's always a loner, stitch on a piece that is not part of any other series. So I can probably do the Haunted Mansion for that, because it is one complete piece, but I'm worried that the bits since it was a SAL, each room was released, so it's kind of a collection. So I think I'm actually going to work on maybe George Washington, although it could be argued that that is, since we each have a piece, it's a collection of pieces to make up the whole. More than likely, I'm going to work on Sparkling Peacock, because that has nothing related to it, and I still want to finish that. And that should be a really quick one to do, so. Those are my plans for this week. We'll see what I do. Right now I'm going to keep working on Aurora. I'm currently listening to a Halloween playlist on YouTube, which is pretty good. And I want to start watching Halloween movies, sort of. I asked my husband, he's at happy hour tonight, so he's running a little, well, not running late, he'll be here a little late, but I asked him if he wanted to, like, which Halloween movies he wanted to watch with me, and he said all of them. But then I had also asked him, I want to go and watch all of the original Universal movies, you know, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, all of those. I asked him if he wanted to watch those with me, and he said no. So I'd asked him that first, so I'm going to have to ask him exactly which ones he wants to watch. So, we'll see. I might try to put on one of those tonight, but I'll figure it out, and I'll let you guys know. Anyways, I will see you guys all later. Hey guys, welcome back. It is it's Wednesday, the 2nd. I was thinking 2nd and Tuesday, but no, definitely Wednesday. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon. I stayed up way too late last night. Mainly because I was stitching. And why did I stay up so late? Because I reached the bottom of her dress. Lots of quarter stitches, which for me are actually 1/1. This was about 480, not about, it was exactly 487 stitches, which meant I was slightly short of 500. I needed to put in 22, but I decided to start the back stitching and had to put in, so that means I had to put in 44. And so basically all of that right there is 44 stitches. If you can't tell, yeah. Started the next bit. This is for the 500 back stitches. It's all in gold. I haven't counted because I know for sure there's over 500, and I'm just going to stitch all of this gold and take a picture of it. But yeah, that's insane. There's probably like 200 stitches or so just in this little flower. And they go all the way across and all the way down. So I'm going to be living in backstitching hell for a little while. I am going to try to take breaks with it and stitch my actual homework, because this is an extra credit, and work a little bit on Haunted Mansion. Guess where I'm at Haunted Mansion? Yeah, I have back stitches to do. Those aren't bad. Actually, this isn't bad at all. I'm using a bigger needle and I'm using Petite Treasure braid, and so I haven't had any issues with it so far. Plus, the fabric is a 36 count Edinburgh, and the holes are, I mean, you can't really tell on here, but the holes are decent size and it's a softer fabric. So really, the backstitching hasn't been bad. There's just a ton of it. The backstitching on the Mansion, I've been kind of doing it as I've been going if it's a color, but since most of the backstitching is one strand of black, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is finish, I don't have it out, but I can get it out. Finish the room I'm currently in, which is the Bride of Frankenstein. Finish up this room, and then I'll go back in with the one strand of black and do all 3 rooms. There's some yellow backstitching here I just didn't get to. So I'm going to try to, I'm basically just going to finish up all of her actual stitches and then just try to get a lot of backstitching in. Just because it'd be nice to get these rooms actually done. But like you can see, I did the backstitching for the yellow. I think I talked about this last time, but there's like the green stem and the staples and all that. So I have put them in, some of them in, but it was kind of as I went. And I already had my needle threaded for the actual stitches in that color. I went ahead and did the back stitches. So I kind of had to be a little strategic with how I planned those stitches out, or those colors out, so that I can make sure that I was doing the colors that had back stitches in the same color I did last, if I didn't just confuse you all. Hoodie today. It's actually still kind of chilly in here. I haven't turned on the heat. I did turn on the heat yesterday because it was like 66, but this morning it was like 68, 69. It's supposed to be in the 90s again later on in the week, but only for like a day or two. And then it goes down again. Today I have a meeting at 3, and I have my computer open in case anybody emails me, but I really don't have anything to do that I can think of. So, stitching today it is. I was thinking about it over the weekend. I think it was like Sunday on the drive home from retreat. I was thinking about my stitching, and I realized that February, no, is it January or February? Yeah, February is when we started George Washington crossing the Delaware, because we started it on his birthday. We're in our 2nd year, which means we'll be starting our 3rd year, which means that I was doing my calculations and it took me completely by surprise, and I haven't posted in the Facebook group yet, but I'm going to. But what it means is that in February I should have 40% of him done. I'm at 22-ish. So yeah, I have a lot of him to do. So he is definitely going to be, I'm really working on Aurora right now. I'm really trying to get her done. But George needs to come out and play. Massively. I was trying to get him done early, and think at this point I'm just going to be happy to get him done on time. But it will be a lot easier now that I have Pattern Keeper, because it's a lot easier to see my progress on there since you can see the entire pattern. So I think that's really going to help, because I do have it on my laptop, but I'm hoping I get actually with the laptop it helps with George because the screen is wide instead of tall. So I like the tall when I'm doing per page, but for George the wide actually works out a little bit better. And I know you can change screen orientation and all that on an iPad or a tablet, but anyway, yeah, that kind of took me by surprise. Somebody had posted like a couple months ago that we should be 25% done, and I'm like, oh great, I'm just slightly under being, where I should be, but he is going to be my focus next year for sure. Hopefully I can get the projects done that I want to get done now, which is Aurora and the Haunted Mansion. But after that, it's going to be gung-ho George. But in order to do that, I need to finish up Aurora, so I'm going to continue working on her today, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Thursday, the 3rd. It's October 3rd. Sorry, I just saw a dog walking and didn't see anybody. It is noon. I haven't stitched yet today. I basically got up and showered and then got on Facebook, and here it is noon already. So, I wanted to show you my progress, and I realized that my needle, oh there it is. Let's see, my needle disappeared. I've been working non-stop on Aurora. I think at this point I have 500 stitches in. But this is where I've got to. It's about halfway. There's one more long one over here and a couple of short ones. I can hopefully finish this backstitch today, but we'll see. It's a lot. Excuse me. It's a floral motif, but it's really hard to tell. Even in person, it's really hard to see. Like right here, that's a flower, and these are leaves, like all those, and then like the one long stem. It's a little bit easier to see in person, not much, but there's like swirls and stuff that are with it as well. So yeah, this just takes a while, but hopefully I can power through it today. I finished up this little bit down here, so now I'm going to get into this one long one that goes up here. I think that's where I'm at. But, I mean, she looks gorgeous. And it's not even the metallic thread that's giving me issues, because I'm using Petite Treasure Braid and a size 26 needle, so that's actually not an issue at all. It's just a lot of it. And it's hard for me, I don't know if this is difficult for other people, but it's hard for me to see or like to figure out where I'm supposed to go next, because this is all the same color for the most part, and it's one big chunk. It's just difficult for me to figure out exactly which square I'm putting the needle into, so. But it is stitching up just fine. Like I said, it's no issues at all with the metallic. It's just taking a while. So. And a lot of the issue too is that the back stitches don't go between, like, you know, the hole where the 4 squares meet up. A lot of them go into the middle of a square, and a lot of them go halfway through the square. So what I mean by that is for some reason it wasn't reading my finger. I'm going to show you part of the pattern, but so like right here it goes directly in the middle of the square. Here we actually have a hole, but here it goes in the middle of the square, and this is like the halfway, what I call the halfway. And same thing like right here, so it goes halfway in between. The problem is that when you have something like, let me show you when I've actually finished. When you have something like this, you know, it's huge, right? Well, when you're only doing 1/4 of a stitch on 36 count, let's see if I can make it focus at all. It's probably too close, or too... I don't think it'll focus that well, but oh, no, I lost it. That's this very, very tiny little thing right there. So it's literally like a 36th of an inch? No, 18th of an inch. Why is that wrong? 38 or 36 divided by 2. Yeah, so it's super tiny. So when you have basically a 36th of an inch of a stitch, it feels like you're not making any progress. And I did mess up somewhere over here. I think I counted over, I think I just messed it up, but honestly no one's gonna be able to tell. Even I can't find it. Because for some reason, because there's so much backstitch like in the pattern, it's hard for me to keep track of where I am, because usually the backstitch goes in, you know, a way that makes sense. But when you have like 2 pieces of backstitch that branch off, and then like one, like they don't meet back up again, it's hard to remember where, like what parts you need to go back and stitch, if that makes any sense. Let's see if I can find a good example. So for like this one up here, you know, you follow it up, and then you keep, with this one I ended up going up, doing the leaf, doing that leaf, doing it, but I skipped these ones because they didn't flow. So I got all the way back, like all the way up to the flower, then had to follow it down through here, and then come over and do these, and then do that bit. So, oh wait, sorry, do that bit. And this is actually where I'm starting right now. So, yeah. I know it's showing the pattern. It's not nearly enough for you to stitch it. If you want to do the back stitch, let me know and you can come do mine. Because that's how a lot of her patterns, like most of these patterns are. I realized as I was going through it, like as I'm sitting here doing it, I went back through all of her other patterns, and it's a lot, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm gonna power through. The main thing is just to, and I don't even mind backstitch usually, it's just now, like for some reason this backstitch is killing me. Like when I get to the red lines, it won't be like the dress lines, it'll be fine. But I think it's just, like I said, just hard, it's I think the hardest part for me is just trying to figure out where exactly I'm going. Because of all those like half stitches and stuff, because it's like you can't even count like up 1 over 2. You have to like, okay, up 3 over a half, and then you have to go back and find where it is because it's not, you know, just hard. Not hard, time consuming and annoying. So anyway, that's all I have for you. I'm gonna try to finish up the gold today. I have an easy day of work because nobody's really contacting me about anything. I apparently messed up my benefits because I still never got an official first day of being paid full-time. So they had sent me, that's where my phone just flickered. So they had sent me an email in the middle of September, saying I needed to sign up with the date of September 1st, which means that I guess that was supposed to be my first day, but since I didn't get the email until after, I went last night to sign up, realized it was past the 30 days, freaked out a little bit, and so they adjusted the date for me. So I might have gotten underpaid, but I have no idea. So, whatever. As far as I know, I'm full-time now, and I'm putting full-time for everything, so. Gonna sign up for the benefits tonight. As far as fertility stuff, I think they're gonna start me on medication soon, so here's hoping. I'm still waiting to hear back from my OBGYN. I did get my period on Monday, which is great because I forgot to take stuff to the retreat. But I think that's partially why I was so exhausted. But, so it's always a good sign. My last one was in June, and that's how mine generally go. So, I don't know if it's just because I lost weight at the retreat, because I did. Because I was actually trying to be careful with, well, part of it was I wasn't eating fast food, because let's face it, I've been really bad about that. So I was actually eating good food, and I knew that I was eating 3 times, so I wasn't eating giant portions, so that actually really helped. I'm going to try to go to the market today to get some, like, easy, healthy, microwavable meals for my lunches and stuff. And just try to be a little bit better in general. We had pizza the other night. Well, 2 nights, actually. But that helped, too, being... Every time I, like, start my period, it makes me lose, like, 5 pounds. Just because of hormones and all that, so, yeah, husband got everything checked out for him. He's good. I got my stuff checked out, which I think I told you guys about a couple months ago, so I need to make an appointment for my general, like, yearly well woman exam, so I don't know if my doctor's going to wait until then to prescribe me something, but because I told her that I should have gotten it in October, actually. I think it was like October 3rd that I went in October 2nd last time, so I need to make that appointment today, actually. So I told her I still had to come in anyway, because I think she was willing to just write me a prescription for it and just start it, but because of having my period now, you usually wait to have the period before you go on the medication. So I don't know if she wants to just be like, well, let's do it then, or what she wants to do, so. Anyway, waiting to hear back from my doctor about that, which is why we thought about the insurance. My bad. I still have insurance through my husband, but it's more expensive, so gonna get on this one, and I'll keep you guys updated with that. Hopefully we have some good news soon. I don't know if I'm going to do Stitch Shenanigans next year. McKenna posted about it, but it's around my birthday, and it's not during spring break this year, and I think because it's not during spring break, it's the week after. yeah, I'm looking at my calendar right now. It's the week, I think it's the week after. I just don't know if I can do it this year. But I am for sure signing up for the SoCal retreat again. I already have a roommate for next year, so that'll be awesome. I mean, I might have to cancel depending on if we do get pregnant, but if I get pregnant now, it won't be an issue, but we'll see. Alright, I will let you guys go. I'm going to start stitching the gold, and I will see you all tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Friday night. It's 10:15. I've got a lot of progress and a lot of backstitching. So first off, you might have seen this if you follow me on Instagram, but I did finish all of the gold. Looks really good actually. In Aurora's dress. And the obligatory full body shot. Seriously, I'm so happy it's done. Then I came in, literally just now finished doing the back stitch for these 3 rooms and finished up some of, or the rest of the cross stitching on the Bride of Frankenstein. So her dress and her hair is glow in the dark, whereas her vanity is just white. And then the gray is the étoile that I used in the moon. And I came to the conclusion that I definitely like Petite Treasure Braid better than the étoile. This had a lot of backstitching in it, so you got the backstitching here, French knots right there. It's hard to tell, but this is a heart with some like backstitch lines on the bottom of it. A little easier to see in person, but then the candles, I don't think this is going to show. Sort of. Can you see that little tiny black line? So it's got a line of backstitch for the wick, and then 4 lines of backstitch for each flame of the candle. You can kind of see it right there. Then she's got like the backstitch wound with the stitches. The spiders in the 2 rooms finally got their legs. The mummy finally got his bandages and his candles. The sarcophagus got completely outlined in the 3031 as well as the white. And then Frank was mostly backstitched, but he got his like antennas, all of the backstitching in the machines, as well as all these lines. And he got his stitches as well. And his tie and little suit details. So I'm going to try to keep up with this one as far as do the back stitching as I go. I think I ended up putting in about 250 back stitches, something ridiculous like that. So I think it's safe to say that I am back stitched out. And I normally, like I said, I don't mind it. It's just a lot. So that finished up the homework except for the bonus. For the bonus, I am going to work on George Washington, which means he will get 2 rows because I need 300 stitches and each row is only 250-ish. So gonna put in 200 on him. That's for, because Voldemort is alone, we have to stitch a project that is not part of a series. I do have some that are not. Thought about Swirling Peacock still. Well, I'm still actually kind of thinking Swirling Peacock. I kind of want to start it tonight, but don't think I'll have time to finish it. So we do have a pop-up event that just got posted for the weekend, which is Stitch on Your Favorite Whip, which for me, it's kind of hard because I do love them all, but I'm thinking Aurora is going to come out and play some more. But I'm not going to start that until I can work more on, or until I can finish up the homework, so. Other than that, the extra credit, the monthly extra credit is completely done, except for except for two pieces. Watching a movie and stitching a design with letters H, B, or P, which I don't have too many of, but I started Harry Potter, so Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So I'm going to stitch that one for that bit of homework. I am going to go to the store tomorrow and use Pam's Crafty Corner, her video tutorial on making a PVC lap stand. So she did it, if you include, like if you're making the Q-snap itself, but since I already have one, it means I just have to buy less stuff and do a little bit less work. So I already calculated all that out and know what pieces I need, which it should be pretty cheap to do. I do still have my floor stand, I can stick that in, but because of my current setup, the lap stand is a lot easier. So I'm going to do that. And I don't know if I want to pull out George. I'm kind of feeling Swirling Peacock, so I might pull that out and just work on that for the standalone. Because that is one of the pieces. There's 3 pieces I want to finish this year. Aurora, Haunted Mansion, and Sparkling Peacock. So that is one of the ones that I want to do. Sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. He's crying because he wants to go outside or see something outside or something. He always gets weird this time of night. So I'm going to pull out whatever I choose to do and start stitching that, and I will see you all tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Sunday the 6th. It's almost 5 o'clock at night. I didn't come to you yesterday because I had some bad news. My uncle passed away. It was unexpected. They were talking about hospice, but it was still pretty unexpected. He was taking care of my cousin's house and her dogs while they were in a wedding in St. Louis. And my other cousin found him and found that he was unresponsive because she was kind of helping out with the dogs as well. So pretty sad. I grew up going to my uncle's house like all the time, my aunt and uncle's house, and my aunt's not doing too well with her health either. He was still young, but he was battling diabetes, and that just led to complications. He had lost some of his limbs because of it, and he was on oxygen, so we knew it was coming, but we still thought he had some time left. So I have to go to Colorado sooner than I was expecting, so I'm going to try. I think we need to book the flights today still, but we think we're going to fly out probably on Wednesday. The funeral, well, they're not actually doing a funeral. He is being cremated, but they want to have a celebration of life on Saturday. We're talking about doing something just the family, like a hike or something. He was a big nature lover, so going and doing something kind of to celebrate that, but I haven't heard too many details yet. Like I said, it's kind of quite a shock. We're going to stay with my cousin. We're probably going to stay in the room that he died in, so I think Matt's a little wary about that, but I don't really care. we're staying in somewhere somebody died now. Somebody died in our house before we moved in, so pretty sure he died in his master bedroom. So I'm not worried about that, but my husband kind of is, so we'll see. Otherwise, they said that they have a ton of like air mattresses and stuff. My mom's gonna stay up there over the weekend. We'll probably drive up with my cousin who found him. She said she was gonna head up on Wednesday. And so if that's when we fly in, she'll pick us up from the airport and take us. Because the airport's kind of far. It's about an hour outside of Denver. And so, and they live in the Springs, which is like 2 to 3 hours south of Denver. So, yeah, we'll take the free ride if we can. I wanted to go early anyway, it's not only is it cheaper to fly on Wednesday, like Wednesday and Thursday, but I wanted to go early just so I can help out, whatever I need to do. You know, obviously my cousin and or cousins and aunt are handling things, but any help that they can get is beneficial. So, like I said, just be there just to help out whenever. Help everybody take care of my sister's kids, and because I'll be coming to it as well. She has 7 kids, and she's newly single. Well, she has a boyfriend now, but broke up with a guy she was with for years, so I was having a little bit of trouble handling all 7 of them. So, that being said, we got our new homework prompt. Did I say homeworked? Homework prompt for Magical Stitches. And it is to stitch on 4 different projects. Because I'm Gryffindor, we had a wheel because we were practicing apparition, or we're learning apparition, and so we get splinched 4 times, which is when your body like gets torn apart. And so we have to tear apart our 1,000 stitches into whatever number of projects was picked by our wheel. And Gryffindor got 4. So I have to stitch on 4 projects. They're gonna have to be easy to travel projects. So Aurora's gonna come, Haunted Mansion's gonna come, or not Haunted Mansion, Universal Monsters. Haunted Mansion was last year. Universal Monsters, I'm going to try to stitch on George, but only if I can stitch on him before we leave. I'm not taking him on the plane. And Sparkling Peacock, so, and if I can't stitch on if I can't stitch on George, then I'll pick something else. I should be able to, though, since I still have all day Monday and Tuesday. I'll make him my first one. And we can split up the stitches however we want, but it has to be in increments of 100. So it'll probably be like 100 on, well, it's going to be probably 200 on George, since one whole row is 250. I think I can still do the 250 and just count it as 200. So I'm going to put in a row on him, hopefully tonight, either tonight or tomorrow, and then get the rest in as I can. I'll have plenty of time on the plane. Well, not plenty of time, it's like an hour and a half, but I'll put Sparkling Peacock in to stitch on the plane because that one's super easy. I did some stitching. So since he passed away, I didn't get as much progress as I was hoping, but priorities, totally fine. Speaking of, I might have to take a diamond painting with me because my aunt needs something to do to keep her occupied, and she was asking me about diamond painting, so I might take one of mine that I know she was looking at and donate to her cause. So I'll just have to figure out how to, well, I mean, it's really easy. Roll it up and stick it in the suitcase. I'll just have to make sure I have room. So I did some progress. I am working right now on Igor. I don't remember what I showed you. I think I had finished up all of the back stitching on everything last time I showed you. So if I didn't, I'm pretty sure I did because I remember talking about the French knots and stuff. So basically all I've done is put in the black on Igor. I'm doing this for one of the ultimate extra credits, which is 1,000 stitches on, let's see, which one did I use this one for? I used this one for owls. Harry and Ron each got 7 owls, and they got them in the same subjects. So I related each of the subjects to the classes, or to the piece. So, for instance, care of magical creatures. There's the cat, which can be, forget the name of it. It's either Kneasel or Krupp. I think it's a Kneasel. I think. They use spiders and potions. There's potions bottles. Actually, I didn't even do potions. So they didn't pass potions. No, wait. Yes, they did. They passed astronomy, and there's the moon. They did herbology, which the creature room has tons of gillyweed and stuff. So basically, just that I went through all of the rooms and related to the, or not all of the rooms, but all the classes and related them to the rooms. So I made some changes. The pattern has, I don't have it in here. The pattern has 2 skulls over here. It's got a whole intricate ceiling, and that's it, I think. The only things I changed. So I took out the ceiling because there's the same ceiling that's going to be in another room, and I don't want to repeat because all of the other ones are different. So I'm just leaving it plain. But what I did do is, because it took out, like, the ceilings, like, basically went down to about here. So what I'm doing instead is there's a string of skulls over here, and I added 1 more skull. Because there was only 2, and now there's going to be 3. And that's the skull eyes. So this whole room has like 1,013 stitches before the skulls, or before the 1 skull was added. So, and there's very minimal backstitch in this one, so I should be able to finish it up pretty fast. The black is the biggest part. I stitched this last night while we were watching The Shining. Apparently my husband has never seen the full movie. So, of course he didn't start it until about midnight, which means we didn't finish it until about 2 in the morning. I'm feeling the effects. I usually go to bed by midnight. But I'd finished up most of the black, and then I had to come back in, fill in the door details, and then the other half of the door and the eyes. So the black is totally done. There's a gargoyle that's going to come in down here. I need to finish up the light. I am taking out the spider. There was a spider, but I already have spiders in both of these rooms, and that's a lot, so I'm not going to put him in. Plus, stitching the spider's legs is kind of a pain. It looks cool. Somehow that one turned out better, even though it's the same pattern, but whatever. And I just didn't feel like doing it. So, but there is a big bell up here, and his arm is up because he's doing the bell pull. He was supposed to be on the front porch, but what I've decided is it's going to be a closet door. It's still going to be stitched the same, but because I'm adding more rooms, there can only be so many front doors. So what I tried to do was break up the areas that had doors so that it wasn't all bottom of the 6 are doors, because that's dumb. So, and actually there is no front door. I'm doing the movie theater entrance. So I think I have the door here. I think I've got another one. I think I've got one down here and then one more down here or something. So they're broken up a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to continue that. I am going to fully finish that room before I move on to the next one, which I haven't decided what the next one is yet, because I'm just kind of going with whatever I feel. I haven't decided yet which one I want to put in the most stitches on. It's probably going to depend on what I'm feeling at the moment, because every room has, I'm pretty sure every room has at least 1,000 stitches, 1,000 cross stitches, whereas my next colors on Aurora are big, probably over 1,000. Sparkling Peacock is the easiest, so that one will probably get the most in it. But I still have technically 2 more extra credits. I might do one of those today, which is to watch the Harry Potter movie and stitch on I'm going to stitch on Harry Potter, which, so the reason I barely stitched today is because I've been busy doing other crafty projects. One of them is cross stitch related. I went and got a bunch of PVC to make the lap stand using Pam's Crafty Corner. Using her tutorial, but with using my own frame, my own Q-snap. But what I didn't realize is that you're not gonna be able to see this, and I just put it back on again. Should have saved it for the video, but I was thinking it was like one elbow with, you know, the two long pieces, but it's not. This whole thing is one piece, and then this whole thing is a piece. So since the corners are already attached to the sides, I can't do what I was planning on doing. So I'm probably just going to make a whole nother Q-snap using the PVC. I'll have to go buy more because I don't have enough now. And I already cut off all the little pieces and stuff, so yeah, and then I'll just use that, the Q-snap I just showed you in my floor stand, so we'll see. I'll probably, like I said, probably just go back to the store and get more PVC. Kind of wish I'd known that today because we were just at the hardware store again today for other stuff, but it's fine. The hardware store is like literally like down the block, so it's not far. One of the things I did finish up was, remember I was showing you guys that I had used my Q-snap to sorry, hang on a second. To cut out a sign, and it didn't cut through all the way, so I was having to go through and hand cut the rest of all of the letters. Well, I finished it, and I painted it and put the paper backing, so turned out pretty well, I thought.
I just want to say huge.
It took a long time to get all that cut. It was very frustrating. It snapped in a couple of places, like
It's true.
there. You can kind of see it. So I had to glue some of the pieces back, and then they kind of warped a little bit. Like, it was fine when I actually glued them, and then they somehow, like, when the glue set, they kind of set so that, like, if I glued them like this, they set so that it was kind of like that. So, still stuck together because it's glue, but not flush. And it's really annoying. So that's what I was trying to fix, was to see if I could pop it back into place, but it's not doing it. But it's fine. Nobody's going to notice. You can't even see it on camera, so super cute. I had to make sure, I forgot to use a font that didn't cut out all these little inside pieces, so I had to make sure to keep them the right way, and then paint the right side so I can get them in. But I'm really happy with how that turned out. I will show you what those are going to go into, but those are currently drying outside. So I had painted the outside of it and realized that that was a little bit too short. So I had to go back in and paint the inside of it as well. And it'll make sense when I actually can show you. But those are done. And I had painted one more sign that I had already found that was pre-cut. They didn't sell like the fall ones. They had them Halloween last year, Christmas last year. So I got 2 Christmas, 2 Halloweens. One Halloween I had already like completely finished. The other one I just didn't have time to, and so I painted that. Sorry if you hear the bad words. My husband is playing a game. I will try to talk over him if I hear him. But I painted the other Halloween sign, and it's outside drying right now, so I still have to put a backing on it, which should be fine.
He's behind in the back room.
But I think instead, so what I did with these ones is I took the sparkly cardstock and attach it to the back, but I think I'm going to try, I don't have any black sparkle, and I painted the sign orange. And so I'm going to try a couple of different backings, but I think what I might do is take a piece of fabric, because I do have a ton of Halloween fabric, and attach that to the back and see what that looks like. But it's something I'm going to have to play with, because it's something that I can't do until it's dry. They are probably dry by now, but I want to make sure I give 24 hours. And it's outside, so it's hot today anyway. It's like still in the 90s. Got cold for a while and then it came back up again. Should be in the 80s the rest of the week though, but Thursday in Colorado it's supposed to snow, so that'll be interesting. I hate packing for winter in Colorado, even though it's fall. In Colorado it's still basically winter. But yeah, so I'm rambling. It's been 20 minutes. I apologize. But yeah, so basically that's what I've been doing all day, and that's why I haven't stitched, is I've just been busy. And the same thing with yesterday. I didn't really stitch much yesterday because of everything going on, so those are my plans. I will show you the Halloween sign tomorrow, as well as the bases that I'm putting those signs into. So I'll explain all that tomorrow as I do it, because like I said, now it's all painted. I still have to do the Christmas ones. I haven't painted those yet. And I have one. I have to find where the other one is. Hopefully I have another one. But then I have to cut out another autumn one that I can put in for after Halloween. I decorate for fall again, so I have to completely make another sign. I have the wood for it. Right. I think I have the wood for it. Yeah, I do. Okay. I have the wood for it, so I have to completely play with my Cricut and try to make it cut a little deeper this time. Eventually I get the settings right. It's just I have to play with it and make it work. So I'm as far as I can be for right now, because the Halloween stuff is done. We got probably like half of our house decorated. We still have to decorate the outside, but that might wait until after we get back. And yeah, so see if we can get this in under 20 minutes. I'm at 19:45, so I will see you guys all tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have some more stitching. Bye. Excuse you. Get out of my floss. No, you can't have that either. Give me that. Are you eating my hair? Hey guys, welcome back. It's Monday the 7th. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. My cat is being a butthead. You be good, kitty. I just got my ultimate extra credit task done and finished up Igor's room. So, like I said, took out the ceiling, which I think it does look a little bare, but I'm not worried about it. These skulls are adorable. Added the extra one on the end. The back stitching, even though it's 4 stitches, completely made up his face. He does have 2 little French knot pupils that are a little off, but that's okay. And then got the gargoyle with his little glowing red eye right there. So I like to think of the bell as he rings it for Frankenstein's monster and Mrs. Frankenstein's monster. To warn them that he's done cleaning their room and they can go up to their room whenever they're ready. because unfortunately Igor is the servant. So it's been a while, I think, since you guys have seen the whole house, so that's what that's looking like. Next up, I'm going to stitch the Phantom of the Opera. Oh, and these skulls are in the skulls and the pupils of his eyes, just because I didn't want to change out to white, but these are in glow in the dark. In this one, the dials are glow in the dark. This one, her hair and her dress. And the mummy itself is glow. And then the ghosts up at the top of the mansion. There's 4 of them. Yeah. So next up, I've got Phantom of the Opera. He's going to go up here, and then the Wolfman down here. I have changed my plans. I am no longer doing the splicing for the homework. I'm going to stitch 1,500 stitches on one project instead, because I really want to get this done for Halloween. Each room has at least 1,000 stitches. Phantom, I just counted up, has 1,239 stitches. I don't know if I'll get it done. It's already the 7th, but we'll see. I might take this on the plane. I'm going to take it on the plane. I don't know if I'm going to stitch on it. We'll see. I have to kit it up tonight just so it's ready to go. But Phantom, Wolfman, I'm going to do the extras in these 2 rooms, which Phantom of the Opera has a couple of music notes above the organ. Wolfman has a little pair of pants that are hanging out on the clothesline because he's not wearing pants in his picture. Then, like, Creature from the Black Lagoon has, I think he goes here, and he has a rubber ducky. I think that's it. The Mummy has some extras, but it's just some extra cobwebs, which I'm fine without. I think those are the only extras. Like, that I'm doing. There's trees and stuff, but I'm not putting in the trees or the jack-o'-lanterns. So, yeah. That's my goal. I can hear my husband starting to talk, so probably gonna leave you guys here. So tomorrow night I've got some work to do. I've got to pack, so I don't know how much stitching will get done. I might stitch a little bit more tonight. I'm pretty tired, pretty mentally worn out. But there is some more Flosstube I want to watch, because Melissa Cupcake Stitcher just posted an hour-long video that I definitely want to watch. I always try to watch hers when they get posted, like the day they're posted, just because I love the pieces she's working on, and she's working on a Disney princess as well, or a Muka princess. She's doing Rapunzel, and she has got a lot of pieces that are really pretty, so if you haven't checked her out yet, go check out Cupcake Stitcher. She's awesome. There were some other people that posted as well that I want to see, so might be a long night, but I'm going to try to get to bed kind of early. But I'm about to go hit the Halloween candy because I'm starving. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Tuesday the 8th. It's noon. And I didn't do any more stitching last night, but I did forget to show you guys what I had done over the last couple of days, because I realized I forgot to show you. So, the things I was working on, remember that I showed you this that I finished, this little sign? Well, the thing I was working on was, just a second. was these. So when I painted Aurora, or the frame for Aurora, I had painted the outside bits of these holders. And then I realized that Autumn Leaves was too short to cover the whole thing because there's a good gap. So I realized I'd paint the inside too. So I went ahead and painted the inside of them, waited for them to dry. And then yesterday I added the Velcro strips to them so that these will be permanent. I have 2 of these. These will be permanently hanging, and then I'll just switch out the insides based on whatever season it is. So right now, what I was just taking off was... It's a little hard to get these ones out, and that's why I was struggling a little bit, just because they are the full length of them. But the Potions and Spells I had finished last year, and I just hung it on the wall just without the case or the covering or frame thing. And then I bought this one, but I hadn't finished it yet, which is the Happy Halloween. And I thought about doing a black sparkle background, but I had this fabric that says Boo on it. I had some other fabrics too, but this one looked the best. And so I just decided to add that to the back instead, and it still sparkles. Because you can never have enough sparkle. So, I do have 2 Christmas ones that are not finished whatsoever. And I have 1 more autumn one to make. So, my goal is going to be... Oh, why is this loose? 'Cause... There we go. So I'm going to make 1 more autumn one. I haven't decided what phrase I want to use yet, but I want it to be more autumn themed than Thanksgiving themed because I'm going to have it up. I usually put up my autumn stuff, switch to Halloween, put autumn back up, and then do Christmas. So my other autumn one, they didn't have any pre-cut or anything like that, so I'm going to have to cut another one of those and hopefully make my Cricut work this time. Do another... or paint and back the 2 Christmas ones. Then I'm going to have to make, cut and make the rest of the year, which is going to be winter. I haven't decided spring yet. I might do spring, or I might just do, for the summer months, I do beach themed. So I might just do beach and keep them up spring and summer. So something I'm still debating, but definitely will have some 2 beach themed ones, and then possibly spring. I do decorate for St. Patrick's Day, so I'll probably do a couple of St. Patrick's Day ones. That's usually my spring decor. Not super into Easter, so I usually go straight from St. Patrick's to summer. But since I live in Southern California, that's pretty much what it is anyway. But those will obviously be down the line, and I'll show you those as I get them finished. I do have some more things to paint, as far as I got a giant Celtic looking 4-leaf clover cut out that I need to paint for next year. But for now, I'm going to work on autumn and paint up Christmas. So that's not going to be obviously until after I come back. We decided on Halloween costumes. We're going to do, so it's my husband and I, his sister, and his sister has 2 friends and possibly one of his friends' moms that's going. So what they decided is that the 3 of them were all going to be different versions of Ariel. And depending on what my husband chooses as his costume will depend on mine. So my husband first thought about doing a gender bend Ariel, which in that case I will have to do a version of Ariel as well, just because otherwise anything else would just be weird, because it wouldn't stand out, or it would stand out too much. But if my husband does something else, like any other Little Mermaid character, then my plan will be to do an Ursula Vanessa combo costume. If I can't pull that off, then I will do a Vanessa costume because it's a lot easier. But we know I like to go over the top, and so we have like 12 days. Yeah. No, not even 12 days. I think she comes, let's see, I think it's the Sunday of, yeah, exactly 12 days from today. Both of those costumes I'll have to do from scratch. If I do Ariel, I will be the pink dress Ariel, of course, because all the others were claimed. And if I do Vanessa, like basically whatever I do, I'm gonna have to make the costume anyway, because I'm not paying, like I could find an Ariel dress, it's like $60, and I really don't want to spend $60 on a costume, but I think if I make it, it's gonna be that anyway. But I think I can sort of use the costumes from last year as a template and just kind of go over them. If I do Ariel, if I do Ursula, or the Ursula Vanessa combo, then basically it's like half, I'd probably find a corset, paint half of it pink, the other half of it black. And then the dress would be a long skirt with, or sorry, not pink, purple. With one half of it being like just a purple A-line, like straight down, and the other half would be black, but then have like a dark purple under, no, I would probably do a blue underlay to simulate the ocean waves, and then have like one or two tentacles come up and attach to the dress. It's gonna be hard. I won't get a lot of stitching done. But the good news is my cousin, who I'm going to stay with, she's super crafty. And it'll help get her mind off of her dad and stuff, I think. So I'm gonna have her help me design it. But, excuse me. Like I said, that's all going to depend on what my husband decides to do. Either way, my cousin will still help me design the costumes and stuff because she lives for that kind of stuff. So, and then I'll take her shopping and stuff, and we'll buy some pieces while we're there, and she'll help me like paint and all that. So I'll probably like order the corset, have it delivered from Amazon, since we have 2-day delivery. So my plan is to make my husband decide today what he wants to be, so that I can start ordering stuff and like buying stuff while we're out there, because there's a big Hobby Lobby out there, and I think there's a Joann's. But yeah, I know my cousin will just enjoy that. And like I said, help get her mind off things a little bit. Her husband is trying to help. Oh, and that's so funny, he actually just texted me. Her husband is trying to be helpful, but he's kind of driving her crazy, because she needs to be kind of chillax about stuff. So anyway, our flight leaves at like 6 in the morning. So, but we get in at like 10, and she's gonna pick us up because she wants to get out of her house a little bit. So she's gonna pick us up. We'll probably, it's Yom Kippur, so my husband can't eat all day tomorrow, starting at like sundown tonight. He's going to his family's for dinner tonight. I don't know if I'm going to. Just, I don't want to drive all the way down there. We have an early flight tomorrow, and I don't know if I am emotionally ready. Plus, it's usually a lot of prayers, and which is totally fine. It's just when you're not in the religion. I'm okay with going to some of the stuff that's not super religious, but I don't know, some of the really religious stuff just isn't my cup of tea. But we'll see. I might go tonight. I just don't know if I'm ready for all like the sympathy and stuff. His aunt already texted me, which is which is fine. But I don't know. Now I'm rambling, so I don't know if I'll go tonight. I do have a lot to do today. I am spending most of today cleaning. My desk is almost all the way cleared off. Still working in the meantime, but yeah, I think that's all I have to tell you. So I will see you guys probably later on today if I do get some stitching done. That's my plan. But I still have to pack. I haven't packed anything. The laundry is done, at least. I can do that, but I have to clean the house. My mother-in-law is coming to stay. I don't know if she's staying here. She lives about half hour, 45 minutes away. So I don't know if she's going to stay here to help take care of the cats. She is working down in LA, which is, I think it's about 45 minutes to her job, so. But we have the spare bedroom. She knows she's always welcome to stay if she wants to, but she's going to come feed the cats twice a day and stay if she wants. But basically, the house is in dire need of a cleaning anyway. And I figure since I'm in the mood, I might as well do it because moods don't strike often. But, so like I said, I've cleaned the craft room for the most part. Got a couple of projects piled up. I did find out that the piece I'm doing is on the right fabric, the one that I started for the Los Angeles, which is great, but I'm stitching it wrong. I did 4 stitches tent on here, and so they have to match. Luckily, I didn't get much done on LA. Here's a reminder of where I finished, so I'll just go back in and redo those. Not a big deal. If I can fold it up the right way. But I totally didn't even think to check that when I started it, so. I'm going to try to do that because I want to do, in the beginning of November, I'm going to go to my friend, or you know my friend, Katie, Hobby's up to here, Katie and Dory. I'm going to go to their house and, or they might come here, I'm not sure. We're going to have a finishing party. Or not a finishing, but like an FFO party. So it'd be really nice if I can get the other one done so I can do those. I want to have Aurora done. She's not going to be done. But I would like to have, well, no, see, I was going to say I'd like to have Universal Monsters, but I want to have that done for Halloween, so that'll be framed up before then. But I do have some pieces I want to redo, which are my 2 Christmas pieces, because the matting on those is just awful, and I bought a new mat cutter, so I'll probably take those and redo those, so that'll be good. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys, so I will see you later on. Hey guys, welcome back. It is still Tuesday. It's 3:30. Got a little bit of stitching done. So I got all of the 498 put in the Phantom's room. So this will be combined with 666 to make up the rest of the curtains and then the rest of the rows. But this is a quick, like 160 stitches. Took me about 45 minutes. But it's looking pretty cool. I think I'm going to do the black next, because I do have some over 2, no, it's over 1, isn't it? Or not over 1, but with 1 strand of back stitching. So I think this one only has, well, 3 colors of back stitch plus the flame on the candles, which is 742, but I don't think there's any more 742 in this. So that's all I have to do for now. I have to go down to dinner tonight. Should be quick. Yom Kippur is one of the easier or at least like the dinner before, is one of the easier dinners as far as not a lot of prayers and whatnot. Passover's the most, and I think tomorrow night's dinner is usually, if I remember right, it has a lot of prayers. But since we'll be in Colorado, we're actually going to go with my cousin. So it's my cousin whose father passed away. My two cousins, who I'm pretty close with, like we basically grew up together, and they're basically my sisters. It's her and her husband's anniversary tomorrow. But I was talking to him today, and I said, hey, you know, if you guys want to go do something, I mean, I told them this last night, but if you guys want to go do something, that's totally fine. Like, Matt and I are fine on our own. We don't need, you know, don't worry about us. We're good. But she called me today and basically said, hey, we really aren't feeling it, which is completely understandable. So we'd like to go out with the four of us and go to a Brazilian steakhouse that they like. So, hey, whatever they need. So that's our plan for tomorrow night. Like I said, beginning at 10, so I'm not really sure what we're going to do in the meantime, but I did tell my husband that he needs to pick which character he wants to be for Halloween so that I can start making the costume, because I told him I want my cousin's help. So hopefully he responds to that soon. I'm not sure what our driving situation's like. I think I have to go I'm going to go to work, to his work, pick him up. He'll drive us to dinner tonight. And then I'm assuming we're going to leave my car at his work while we're gone, and then we'll probably take his car to the flyaway, and then we'll both drive back on... Actually, we'll probably drive back together, and then I'll just take him to the train station one morning, and then he'll just drive his car, or my car, home, is what I'm guessing. But yeah, having two cars and then having to go to dinner when it's 45 minutes away or a half hour away is annoying. But whatever. Yeah, so that's all I have for you. I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog here. I'm not sure how much filming I will do while I'm gone. I am going to take my tripod. It's supposed to snow. And it's Colorado's first snow of the season, at least down in their area, and it's even colder now. It was supposed to be in the 30s, now it's supposed to be in the 20s. So we do have to pack a bag, or not pack a bag, but do a full-size suitcase because of all the coats and stuff we're going to have to make sure we have, plus all the long sleeves and all that. So I'm going to have to go raid my closet to find all of the long sleeve items that I own, because I don't have that many anymore. But I'll be able to pack my tripod and stuff in there. So I just have a tabletop one. It's not big, but I might get some filming done. I might not. I'm totally going to play it by ear, but my cousin might want to be on here, so you may see her. But more than likely, not a lot of filming will get done. But that's all I have. I'm going to say that again. That's all I have for you guys, because I've said that enough. But thank you guys for liking and subscribing, and I will see you all in the next vlog.